There is a moment that changes everything. It might happen when your grandchild sends you a voice message and you have no idea how to play it. It might happen when your doctor asks you to fill out an online form, or when a friend mentions something called artificial intelligence and you smile and nod, not wanting to admit you have never heard it explained in plain language. That moment can feel isolating. It can feel like the world moved on without you. But here is the truth that nobody talks about loudly enough. Learning new technology after 60 is not only possible, it is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health, your independence, and your connection to the people you love. And today we are going to show you exactly how. We are living through the most dramatic technological shift in human history. In less than 2 decades, technology moved from something experts used in offices to something woven into every corner of daily life, from how we order groceries to how we speak to our doctors, manage our money, and stay connected with the people we love. And right at the center of this shift sits something called artificial intelligence, or AI. You may have heard this term and felt uncertain about what it actually means. You may have wondered whether it is meant for someone younger, someone with more experience, someone who grew up with a phone in their hand. This video is here to tell you it is absolutely meant for you. Over the next several minutes, we are going to break down exactly what AI is, why it matters more to people over 60 than almost any other age group, and how you can begin using it today in ways that are practical, simple, and genuinely life-changing. No technical background is required. No special equipment. Just an open mind and a few minutes of your time. Let us begin. Before we talk about how to use AI, let us clear up what it actually is, because the word gets thrown around constantly, and it is far simpler than most people realize. Artificial intelligence is not a robot. It is not a science fiction fantasy. And it is not something designed to replace human beings. At its most basic level, artificial intelligence is software. A computer program that learns from information and uses that learning to help people accomplish tasks. It recognizes patterns, understands language, and responds in ways that feel surprisingly natural and human. Think of it this way. When you ask a question and a voice comes back with an answer, that is AI. When your phone suggests the next word as you type a message, that is AI. When a streaming service recommends a show you end up loving, that is AI working quietly in the background. In fact, if you have ever used a voice assistant like Siri, Alexa, or Google Assistant, you have already been using AI. You just may not have known what to call it. The most significant development in recent years is something called conversational AI, programs that you can speak or type to in plain, everyday language, and which respond with detailed, thoughtful answers. Tools like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot fall into this category. These tools can help you write a letter, explain a medical term, plan a trip, find information, answer your questions, and so much more, all in conversation, the way you would talk to a knowledgeable friend. And they are extraordinarily well suited to the needs of people who are 60 and older. Here is something that the technology industry rarely says out loud. Older adults stand to gain more from artificial intelligence than almost any other demographic on Earth. That is not a small claim. Let us look at exactly why it is true. As we move through our 60s, 70s, and beyond, certain things change. Physical mobility may become more limited. Reading small text becomes harder. Memory for names, dates, and details can become less sharp. Managing medications, medical appointments, and paperwork becomes more complex. At the same time, the desire to stay connected, to remain independent, to keep learning and contributing, does not diminish. It often grows stronger. AI directly addresses these challenges. Imagine having a patient, knowledgeable assistant available at any hour of the day or night, one that never sighs, never makes you feel foolish for asking the same question twice, never rushes you, and speaks to you in whatever way is clearest. That is what AI can be for you. It can read your medical discharge summary and explain it in simple terms. It can help you write a birthday message for your grandchild when the words do not come easily. It can read text aloud if your vision makes screens difficult. It can remind you to take your medications, help you find a local plumber, explain your bank statement, and recommend books based on everything you have loved in the past. These are not luxuries. For many people, These are the kinds of support that make the difference between feeling overwhelmed and feeling capable. There is also something deeper happening here. Research consistently shows that continued learning and mental engagement are among the most powerful factors in maintaining cognitive health as we age. Learning to use new technology, challenging your brain with new tools and processes, is one of the most effective forms of mental exercise available. AI does not just help you do things. It keeps your mind alive. If learning new technology is so beneficial, why do so many people over 60 hold back? The answer is not a lack of intelligence. It is not a lack of desire. Research has identified 3 primary barriers, and understanding them is the first step to moving past them. The first barrier is fear of making mistakes. Many older adults grew up in a time when breaking something, a machine, a piece of equipment, was a serious consequence. That instinct carries over to technology. The fear of pressing the wrong button, deleting something important, or being scammed keeps many people from ever starting. Here is what you need to know. Modern AI tools are extraordinarily forgiving. There is no wrong question. You cannot break them by typing the wrong word. Every conversation starts fresh, and you can always ask again if the first answer was not clear. The second barrier is the belief that it is too late to learn. This belief is understandable but entirely false. The human brain retains the ability to form new connections and learn new skills throughout life. Neurological research has proven this repeatedly. The speed of learning may change, but the capacity does not disappear. Learning at 60, 70, or 80 is different from learning at 20. It requires patience, repetition, and a willingness to build slowly. But it is absolutely possible, and the confidence that comes from mastering something new is one of the most rejuvenating experiences available to us. The third barrier is the feeling that technology is not designed for you. And honestly, this one has some truth to it. Many digital products have historically been built with younger users in mind. Small text, fast interfaces, assumed knowledge. But this is rapidly changing. Modern AI tools have been designed with accessibility at their core. You can speak to them instead of typing. You can ask them to use simpler language. You can have them slow down, repeat, rephrase. You are in control of the pace of the conversation. The barriers are real, but none of them are permanent. Let us get specific. Because knowing that AI exists is one thing. Knowing which tools to actually use and how to start is what creates real change. There are several AI tools that are particularly well suited for older adults, and we are going to walk through each one. The first is ChatGPT, made by a company called OpenAI. This is one of the most widely used conversational AI tools in the world. You access it through a website or a free application on your phone or tablet. You type or speak a question, and it responds with a clear, detailed answer. It can explain anything, write anything, and answer almost any question you have. The free version is powerful enough for most everyday uses. The second is Google Gemini. If you already use Google, the search engine, Gemini is a natural extension. It connects to your Google account and can help you draft emails, summarize long documents, answer questions, and more. Because many people already trust and use Google, this is often the most comfortable starting point. The third is Microsoft Copilot. If you use a Windows computer or the Microsoft Edge browser, Copilot is built right in. It works across your documents, emails, and browsing to help you write, organize, and understand information without opening a separate application. The fourth category is voice assistants: Amazon Alexa, Apple Siri, and Google Assistant. These are activated simply by speaking. You do not need to type anything. You can ask questions, set reminders, play music, make phone calls, control smart home devices, and get answers to everyday questions entirely through your voice. For those with limited hand mobility or vision challenges, voice assistants may be the single most impactful technology available. The fifth tool worth mentioning is Be My Eyes, an AI-powered application that uses your phone's camera to describe what it sees. Point your phone at a pill bottle, a menu, a piece of mail, or anything else, and the AI will read and describe it for you. For those with vision impairments, this is transformative. You do not need all of these tools. Start with one. Learn it slowly. Build your confidence. Then explore more when you are ready. Theory is useful, but what you actually need is a starting point. So here is a clear, simple path forward that anyone can follow, regardless of their current comfort level with technology. Step 1 is to choose one device and one tool. Do not try to learn everything at once. If you have a smartphone, start there. If you have a tablet or a computer, use that. Pick one AI tool. ChatGPT or Google Gemini are excellent first choices, and visit their website or download their application. Step 2 is to create a free account. You will need an email address to do this. If you do not have an email address or need help setting one up, your local library, a family member, or even a brief online tutorial can help. The account creation process on most AI platforms takes less than 5 minutes. Step 3 is to ask your first question. And here is the important part: ask something you actually want to know. Do not ask a test question. Ask something real. Maybe you want to understand a medication your doctor prescribed. Maybe you want to write a letter to an old friend. Maybe you want to know the best ways to reduce joint pain naturally. Whatever is on your mind, type it in, exactly as you would say it to a person, and read the response. Step 4 is to have a conversation. If the answer is not clear, say so. Type, "Can you explain that more simply?" Or, "Can you give me an example?" The AI will adjust. Ask follow-up questions. Go deeper. You are in charge of the direction. Step 5 is to practice daily. Even 10 minutes a day will build your comfort and confidence remarkably quickly. Set a small goal, one question per day. Within 2 weeks, you will be surprised by how natural it begins to feel. Step 6 is to share what you learn. Talk to a friend, a neighbor, a family member. Teaching something, even informally, is one of the best ways to reinforce your own understanding. And you may find that others your age are just as curious as you are. Stories matter, because numbers and steps can only take us so far. What truly changes minds is knowing that other people in the same situation, have made this journey and come out the other side feeling stronger. Consider someone like Margaret, a retired schoolteacher in her late 70s who had not worked with computers regularly in decades. After her husband passed away, she found herself managing household finances alone for the first time. The paperwork, the bank accounts, the insurance correspondence, it was overwhelming. A neighbor suggested she try asking ChatGPT to help her understand her documents. Reluctantly, she did. Within a single afternoon, she had a clear explanation of her insurance policy, a list of questions to ask her bank, and a draft letter she was proud to send. She describes it as having a patient advisor sitting at her table, one who never made her feel ignorant. Consider someone like James, a retired engineer in his mid-60s who assumed he would never use AI because he had no interest in social media or modern gadgets. His daughter showed him how to use a voice assistant to identify birds from his backyard. He was skeptical. Within a week, he had identified 11 species he had never known by name, was asking detailed questions about migration patterns, and had rediscovered a love of learning he thought had faded permanently. Or consider Elaine, who at 72 began using an AI writing tool to dictate and refine her memoirs. She had always wanted to write her story but found the process of organizing her thoughts and structuring her narrative paralyzing. The AI became her editor, her encourager, and her sounding board. 3 months later, she had 40 pages she was proud of. These are not exceptional people. They are ordinary people who decided to take one step. No honest conversation about technology and older adults can skip this topic: online safety. The digital world carries real risks. Scammers specifically target older adults, and with AI becoming more sophisticated, some of those scams are becoming harder to detect. It is important to understand both the risks and the simple habits that protect you. The first thing to know is that legitimate AI tools will never ask you for your bank account details, your social security number, or your passwords. If any tool or website is asking for this information, stop immediately. Close the page or application and do not provide anything. The second thing to know is that scammers sometimes use AI to create convincing fake voices, fake emails, and fake phone calls that sound like people you know. If you receive an urgent request for money or personal information, Even if it appears to come from a family member or government agency, verify it by calling that person directly at a number you already have, not one provided in the message. The third protective habit is to use official sources. Download applications only from official app stores. Visit AI tool websites directly by typing the address into your browser rather than clicking on links in emails or text messages. The fourth habit is to keep your devices updated. Software updates often include security improvements that protect your device from new threats. Enabling automatic updates is one of the simplest protective steps available. Finally, talk to someone you trust. If something online seems unusual or uncomfortable, do not feel pressure to figure it out alone. Ask a family member, a friend, or a local library staff member for a second opinion. Technology is powerful, and like all powerful things, it deserves thoughtful use. But fear of risk should not become a reason to avoid the extraordinary benefits available to you. Knowledge is the best protection. One of the areas where AI offers the most profound impact for people over 60 is health management. This does not mean replacing your doctor. That is not what AI is for, and it is not a safe approach. But AI can be an extraordinarily helpful partner in navigating the complexity of modern healthcare. Think about how often you leave a medical appointment with information you did not fully absorb. Medical language is technical. Doctors are pressed for time. And the combination of stress and information overload in a clinical setting means many patients walk out with only a partial understanding of what they were told. AI can help you prepare for appointments. Before a visit, you can describe your symptoms to an AI tool and ask what questions you should be asking your doctor. This prepares you to have a more productive conversation and ensures you do not leave important things unsaid. AI can help you understand what you were told. After an appointment, you can type in the terms your doctor used and ask for plain language explanations. You can ask what a medication does, what side effects to watch for, and what interactions to avoid. AI can help you organize your health information. You can describe your current medications and ask the AI to create a simple summary you can bring to appointments. You can log symptoms over time and identify patterns to discuss with your provider. AI can also support mental health. Loneliness is one of the most significant health challenges facing older adults worldwide. While AI is not a substitute for human connection, conversational AI tools can provide a form of gentle, responsive interaction that many people find genuinely comforting. They are available at 3 in the morning when the silence gets too loud. Voice assistants can set medication reminders, call family members, and answer health questions hands-free, which is particularly valuable for those with mobility or dexterity challenges. The relationship between technology and health, used wisely, can be genuinely life-extending. Perhaps the most human benefit of all is what technology does for our relationships. Distance separates families. Mobility challenges limit visits. Life moves fast, and the people we love most are sometimes the ones we speak with least. AI and modern technology are changing this. Video calling, whether through FaceTime, Zoom, WhatsApp, or other platforms, brings faces and voices together regardless of geography. An AI assistant can help you set up your first video call, walk you through the steps, and troubleshoot if something goes wrong, all in plain language. AI writing tools help when communication itself becomes difficult. Some older adults find that the words do not flow as freely as they once did, whether due to health, stress, or simply the challenge of organizing complex feelings. AI can serve as a thoughtful writing partner, helping you express what is in your heart more clearly and beautifully than you might manage alone. Digital photo frames that update automatically through the internet mean grandchildren's milestones can appear in your home the moment they happen, without requiring anyone to mail a photograph. Social platforms, used carefully, can reconnect you with old friends, former colleagues, and communities of people who share your interests. AI can help you navigate these platforms and use them safely. Connection is not a luxury at any age. It is a biological need. The technology available to us today makes connection possible in ways our parents and grandparents could not have imagined. Learning to use these tools is an act of love, for yourself and for the people in your life. One of the greatest obstacles many older adults face is not knowing where to turn for guidance. The good news is that support exists in more forms than ever before, and much of it is free. Public libraries are among the most underutilized resources available. Many public libraries offer free technology classes specifically designed for older adults. These are taught at a patient pace, in small groups or one-on-one, by people who understand that different learners need different approaches. If you have not visited your local library recently, this alone may be worth the trip. AARP, the organization focused on adults 50 and older, offers a wealth of free online tutorials and resources specifically about technology and AI. Their website includes step-by-step guides written in plain language with older adults clearly in mind. Senior centers in communities across the world increasingly offer technology workshops, device drop-in sessions, and volunteer-based technical help. These spaces also provide the added benefit of social connection with others who are on the same learning journey. YouTube itself is an extraordinary learning resource. Searching for terms like ChatGPT for beginners or how to use a smartphone for seniors will surface hundreds of patient-friendly video tutorials. The ability to pause, rewind, and rewatch at your own pace makes video tutorials ideal for new learners. Online communities, forums, Facebook groups, and dedicated websites connect older adults who are learning technology together. Sharing questions, tips, and encouragement with peers who understand your experience can be profoundly motivating. And of course, the AI tools themselves will help you learn how to use them. Ask ChatGPT to explain itself. Ask your voice assistant how to use your phone. The tools are their own best teachers. We are living in a moment that will be studied by historians. The emergence of artificial intelligence is not a small event. It is a turning point comparable to the invention of the printing press, the introduction of electricity, or the birth of the internet. These tools are going to reshape nearly every aspect of human life in the decades ahead. And here is something extraordinary: you get to be part of that story. There is a persistent cultural narrative that positions aging as a winding down, a gradual retreat from relevance, from participation, from the future. This narrative is wrong. It has always been wrong. And today, there is more evidence against it than ever before. People in their 60s, 70s, and 80s are starting businesses, writing books, building communities, and making contributions that matter deeply. They carry decades of wisdom, experience, perspective, and emotional intelligence that no AI system can replicate. What AI offers is not a replacement for any of that. It offers amplification. It takes what you already know and care about and gives it new reach, new clarity, and new expression. Learning this technology is not about becoming someone different. It is about equipping the person you already are with the most powerful set of tools in human history. The question was never whether you are capable of learning. The question is simply whether you are willing to begin. And if you have watched this far, you already have your answer. Let us bring everything together. Artificial intelligence is not a threat. It is not a mystery beyond your reach. It is not designed for a different generation. It is a tool, a remarkable, accessible, endlessly patient tool that is ready to serve you right now, wherever you are in life. We have covered what AI actually is, explained in plain language without jargon or assumption. We have explored why people over 60 have more to gain from this technology than almost any other group. We have named the barriers that hold people back and shown that every single one of them can be overcome. We have identified the best tools to start with, laid out a clear step-by-step path to begin today, discussed how to stay safe, and explored how AI can support your health, your independence, and your most important relationships. What remains is simply the decision to begin. Start with one question. Ask it of one tool. See what happens. You may surprise yourself. Most people do. If this video was useful to you, please consider sharing it with someone in your life who might benefit from it. Not everyone knows that support like this exists, and your recommendation may be exactly what someone needs to take their first step. Leaving a comment below with your thoughts, your questions, or your own experience with technology is a wonderful way to connect with others who are on the same path. This community grows stronger every time someone shares their honest perspective. And if you want more videos like this one, clear, practical, and designed for real people navigating a rapidly changing world, Subscribing to this channel ensures you will not miss what comes next. The future is not something that happens to us. It is something we step into, one decision at a time. Your next step is waiting. And it is smaller than you think.